Okay, what are my thoughts about 15 Pro, or Pro Max, or Plus, or regular 15? So by the last month, I've been using the 15 Pro Max for like about 2 weeks and something, and then I switched back to an iPhone 15 Pro, and then I switched back to a 15 Pro Max, and then I switched back to a 15 Pro, just to just to give it a chance to see what's the actual difference for me personally. Um, I'm not talking about 15 or 15 plus, because me personally, I see the 120 refresh rate, and if I go the other way, the other phones, I can adapt, of course, but I'm still thinking about that. I would like to see the difference, because in my eyesight, I can see that the phone feels faster. Like your brain is kind of like telling you that the phone is faster just because the 120 refresh rate I see over there. So in terms of this thing, for me, it was easier to choose. So I had pretty much an option, only the 15 Pro and Pro Max. And because this year the Pro Max has the extra zoom, the 5x zoom, which everybody is talking about, that's really nice, it's really good. And I agree that it would be a nice feature to have. It depends what exactly you're going to use for and how you're going to use for, and in general, if you know what is that, what's the difference between other ones that you might think of buying it. But for me, those moments were not the most important. Well, first of all, it's that the videos that I make the videos of my kids mostly all the time, all the time actually, and I never actually thought of having needed more zoom this time. Of course, maybe let's say when they're gonna grow up and they're gonna do some kind of activities, maybe I would need the extra zoom, but right now I never actually use it, me personally. In your case, it could vary. You could actually need the extra zoom, to maybe get a soccer game of your kid, or whatever needs you have. But in my case, it wasn't really important for me. It was actually the 15 and 15 plus have some zoom as well, which majority of the people would be considering as a regular zoom, right? It's like a regular, like the previous iPhones 14 Pro and Pro Max feel like. So that wouldn't be an issue for me personally. So the most important for me was, from using this phone back to back for a month, the portability, right? A lot of people online, they were saying that it's not a big difference between the Pro Max and Pro 15 Pro in terms of size when you hold in the hands. It's not. I would not say that. It wouldn't be my opinion. I don't have big hands, not small hands. I would say in the middle. But if you use your phone as a phone, not as a tablet, as a phone itself, I think that you have an option of 6.1 inch screen and 6.7 inch screen, and 6.1 inch screen or something in there in this range would be the most phone usability that you could get from a phone itself. You could use it one hand. You could actually do it the same thing what you could do in the other phones, even if they have a bigger screen. They don't have a special capability in this year. They don't have any kind of using half of the screen without application, half of the screen the other one, so they are going to be exactly the same. So I've been using the 15 Pro Max, and I would tell you that it's still not ultralight, and I still feel the difference between Pro. A lot of people on YouTube here, they say that it's the same feeling. Me personally, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but when I use the 15 Pro Max and I put it in my pocket, I still feel it like a big phone. I play with my kids. I cannot really run with them because I can feel it in my front, my back pocket, like a big phone. But when I use the 15 Pro, that's pretty much, I would say, normal feeling. It's like a normal phone. I don't feel it like it's a huge phone, like it's a brick or anything, like you're getting a feeling that you just have a phone in your pocket. So it's just more portable for me. The weight, of course, everybody are gonna say there's the same pretty much weight. I still feel the difference. It's still less. And in this case, look, I have a very light case, like a minimalistic case from Pitaka or Pitaka, whatever the name, and it's super light. Like I barely have it. So in general, I would do caseless, but I do the case just in case for the scratches or for like small drops. You know, I still have kids. If you have kids, it might be a good option to have it. It has a raise in the back, really nice, and I put a screen protector, a zagg on top. So I pretty much have like almost like a caseless phone in general, protected with the screen, right, and protected the back as well. But at the same time, it's super easy to hold. You just put it in your pocket. You can actually, you know, I think it's just more fast in my day-to-day tasks. I just feel more like productive in every day what I do with the 6.8, especially with the 15 Pro. And of course, the battery life is not the best one. The 15 Pro Max would be the best in the battery life. But if you want even better life, you get the 15 Plus. And you know, the 5x zoom is not really important for me, and I guess for a lot of people it would not be really important. I'm just talking for majority of the people. I'm not talking about specific people that use their phone for specific videos, or like using the Apple ProRes, or you know, any kind of other stuff. I'm talking about behalf regular people that would just, you know, use their phone with regular things, with social media, business-wise, texting, iMessaging, FaceTiming. The battery life is not good. I agree. But in my case, I'm going to work, coming back home, and when I'm out, the majority of the time, I can charge the phone. I mean, when I'm in the car, I connect the phone to the CarPlay and it's charging. And then when I'm at work, I have the charger over there. I can charge it anytime. When I'm home, I can charge it as well. So the only downside would be only when I'm traveling, maybe. But when I'm traveling, I could just set it up for the lower settings and, you know, keep the battery, not using the phone so much. And that would be even a better thing for me, because I would not stuck in the phone all the time. And traveling, you know, I could use my eyes and see the stuff when I'm traveling instead of seeing the phone. And this, you know, was for me like why I choose this 15 Pro specifically. And I think that the downside of the battery, for me personally, it would not be so important as portability and you know, how easy and ergonomic for me it is. Even if I watch media, you know, I can still watch it. I still have a MacBook. I can use my MacBook. I still can watch it on this one occasionally when I want to. But I realized another thing is that I actually use these phones particular for what I need to use. The 15 Pro Max, it was more like an iPad usage. You know, like I was watching a lot of videos. It was like an entertainment phone. This one is like a mix of the all in one. Entertainment if you want to, but not really appealing. So, you know, specifically when you want to, they can do the job. And then you can use it one hand as a real phone. You can text with one hand. You can actually do stuff in another hand. If you have a kid, you can hold the kid in one arm and use the other, the other arm to text or FaceTime, or, you know, do whatever you want. So it's just much easier to manipulate and, you know, just use the phone. And this is my opinion about the 15 Pro and Pro Max. And that's why I actually choose the 15 Pro. Why didn't I go for the 15 or 15 Plus? Okay, 15 Plus is a big screen, so it would be the same thing as the 15 Pro Max in my case. 15 regular, as I said before, didn't have the refresh rate that I feel comfortable, and also the edges. Like, this phone is actually smaller than the 15. The 15 Pro is smaller. When I put the case on now, it becomes like a caseless 15 because of the screen ratio, screen to body ratio. So in my opinion, the 15 Pro, I guess, is the, because of the statements that I just made, it's the perfect phone this year for me. It's not the 15 Pro Max, not the Plus, and not the 15. But it doesn't mean that it's not the perfect for you, because I think for everybody has their own perfect phone. So it might be different in your case. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, like this video as well. If you want to see more, check it out. Thank you again. Have a good day, evening, or night.